Okay.
right? So is from the little background I've done,
Okay.
you're in Reiki, right? So can you explain that? What Reiki is? I've done some homework. I understand it's a Japanese healing technique, right?
Right.
So do you? Is that a form you use to get down anxiety for your meditation purposes? How
Yeah.
does that work for you?
Okay, so, I've always believed in all things. Like I said, I may not be religious, but I do believe in God or whatever that is for you, something bigger than
Hmm.
us. Like, when we look at the
Sure.
stars and the ocean, or you're out in nature and you're just feeling connected, like it's bigger than us, right? So I do have a God in my life. It's just not religious God. So anyway, I've always been interested in everything energy. Everything, has energy and its own energy. And so I've always been interested in that, even when I was a kid, and medicating.
Sure.
And so when I got older, and especially after I got sober, I would go to, before I landed in therapy, I would go to healers and I would go to whatever, and I would pay these people to help me to pull these things out of me, like all the reasons that I did all the things that I did before, like looking for answers. And, and of course, you have to do your own work. You can't just
Sure.
you can't pay
Yeah, of course.
people
Right.
to do this
Right.
for you. But what I did learn in all of that is I was like, well, I don't want to just keep going to people. I think I should just get certified in everything. So I pretty much got
Right.
certified in everything you can get certified in energy healing, right? And Reiki
Hmm.
was one of those things. Reiki is awesome. Reiki definitely changed my life. Um, I'm ADHD for sure. I was undiagnosed
Mm.
for a long time, but I did know, I did know my quirks and how things worked and whatever else. I wasn't able to connect the dots to ADHD. I just thought that all of my
Yeah.
things were my personality. You're too loud, you're too much, you're interrupting people, you're this, you're that.
Hey, you're from
I'm
Jersey,
from
right? So
Jersey. I'm
right.
from Jersey, right? I can't sit still, let alone be still in my body. Like
For
all
sure.
those things,
For
I
sure.
attributed it to my personality, not to, like ADHD explains a
Hmm.
lot of it now. But I did, in recovery, they do teach you like, oh, you should, do prayer and meditation. I'm great with prayer, but
Right.
meditation, like I said, I couldn't even, it took me a long time to learn how to sit through an AA meeting, without having to go outside and smoke 10 cigarettes, right? And
Right.
even
Right.
stop smoking cigarettes at all. But to be still, even if I could sit still in a meeting, I couldn't be still on the inside because my brain is like this, right?
Mm.
So that took practice. And then I did learn, how to get still and be still in AA. It was torture, but I could do it. And like for 5 minutes or a minute, and you build your way up to it. But like I said, Reiki was always in there.
Mhm.
Like if I went to somebody and they did Reiki on me, I could just like calm down. If I went to in early recovery, we used to go to sound baths in Montclair, and
Mm.
the lady would play her crystal bowls, and that was one of the few times that I could lay there for an hour and not even move at all. My brain wasn't going. My brain would settle down. It would take 10 or 15 minutes for it to settle down, but my body was still the whole entire time. And my brain would
Yeah.
eventually drop in and settle in. And then I could just like lay there. And so sound healing and Reiki have been instrumental in calming this girl down. Maybe not outwardly. I'm still a fiery Leo from Jersey, but
Right.
inside I have peace now. I don't have rage. I don't have like a lot of the things that I had between therapy, sound healing, and Reiki. I think they all complement each other, but in and of itself, I don't think, I think therapy by itself is great, Reiki by itself is great, and sound healing by itself is great. But for somebody like me, I needed a lot. Some are sicker than others. They say in 12